Time to look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. All right, a chance to check out stats for Mike Conley.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the point. And for the Bucks, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Trent's out there with Rollins. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward. And Stan, it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
Now, here's McDaniels. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Gobert double-teamed. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Milwaukee has possession. Here's Antetokounmpo. Kuzma, left side. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
And proving once again that he has the touch from beyond. Kuzma effective at cashing in there.
Outside, Edwards. To the inside, Gobert, and he uses the glass on the lane.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Now I asked him how you take care of the Stifle Tower himself, Rudy Gobert. Coach said, I think you just try to pester him on defense and stay away from him on offense. If he's anywhere near our shooters, that means it's time to move the ball. So they'll have to play keep away when it comes to Gobert. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer, but Greg, he's developed as a passer over time.
And Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader, but he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
Free throw good, Kuzma. And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done. Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Conley. Here's Rollins. Rebound, Minnesota. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense, and it's hard to get a win when that's the case.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run. And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Yeah, look, never tempt the guy with a sure thing. No surprise to see him taking advantage like that.
Now, Antetokounmpo, following the miss by Julius Randle from deep. Lopez sets a screen for Antetokounmpo. Banked in off the glass.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. A wide open look here for Kuzma. Good. And Giannis picking up the assist. Kuzma's got 9.
And you gotta be cognizant of where Kuzma is at all times. A really dependable shooter from the perimeter.
Now here's Edwards. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
Antetokounmpo inside. Randle on him. Prince setting a pick for Kuzma. Shoots over McDaniel. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. He's got 11.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Gobert with a screen on Rollins. Here's Conley. Here's Gobert. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
So strong. Gobert just goes through the bump. You have to hammer in there.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Gobert, no good on that free throw. This season has been full of surprises, Greg. What's surprising you most about the NBA right now?
Kevin, the game evolves constantly. I mean, the increased speed of the league, a lot more scoring. If your eyes aren't glued to the action, you might miss it.
Well, everything about Edwards' drive makes it dangerous. His speed, his agility, and his lack of fear.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Now we get a chance to check out the seeding out east. 4 games left on the schedule here. Taking a look at Milwaukee. They're trying to get in the playoffs here. If they stay the course, they will.
And I think for Milwaukee, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
Well, look, they've performed to expectations, but I think this team can take it to another level if they get rolling.
Now, here's Lopez. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. Kuzma outside. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
The defense does just enough to alter that shot.
Edwards' shot is good.
Well, look, Edwards plays with a lot of confidence, which makes him deadly off the catch.
Rollins the pass to Prince. Here's Rollins. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. It's stolen by Gobert. McDaniels with the bounce pass. Edwards finds Conley. Now Gobert. McDaniels gets a wide-open look. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Drops in the layup for two. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket of the night.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Now here's Randall. Still scoreless. And the rejection by Giannis.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Prince looking around. Prince with a screen on Conley. Lock at 6. Pass to Lopez.
And for a 7-footer, Lopez is pretty versatile. You get all the defensive impact you'd expect, but he can also consistently score on all three levels.
The Bucks have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And the leadership Lopez gives this team really important. He's someone his younger teammates look up to.
And the Bucks making a change here. Porter's checked in. And the Timberwolves also making a change. DiVincenzo's checked in. Both free throws good from Lopez.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Pass to DiVincenzo. Outside Conley to the paint. Here's Edwards. The rebound by the Bucks. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And a lot of that was game plan, putting guys in a position to succeed, particularly on the offensive end.
And that was the kind of win a coach takes pride in. You lay out the strategy, and the players execute perfectly.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Bucks use their size defensively to great impact. Coach Doc Rivers said, we're not fast, we're long. So we get our fingertips on a lot of balls, and that slows fast teams down. Switching keeps guys in front of you, and the more size we can put in front of people, the better we can be. Kevin?
Yeah, you follow this league for a long time. That sounds like a pretty good game plan. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to Conley. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
Well, respected both on and off the floor, Conley is one of those guys that leads by example.
First free throw is good. Even now, Stan in his late 30s, Mike Conley still able to perform at a very high level.
Well, Kevin, his father was a gold medalist in track and field. So even as Mike Jr. has maybe lost a step, he's still able to compete athletically.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Porter. He's right around 9 points a night, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, look, it's not about being a stat stuffer. It's about being a guy coaches can count on and an asset to the team as a whole.
DiVincenzo against Rollins. Left side, out of Kumbo. The jump hook, no good, and he's 3 of 6 from the floor.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Edwards against Kuzma. Now here's Edwards. Not a lot of room.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping.
Randall a screen on Kuzma. And here's Edwards from the arc. Connects from three-point range. Edwards got 11 points.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Lopez sets a screen for Giannis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
And the Bucks with some changes. Smith checked in for Lopez. Green comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Trent subbed in for Rollins. And then for Minnesota, Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for Edwards. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Mike Conley. Now here's Porter. No scoring in this one.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Reed with a screen on Smith. Here's Alexander-Walker. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And now just a 2-point Milwaukee lead. And here's Porter. 9 points last game. Trent outside from deep. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Reed with a screen for Randall. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Porter kicks to Green. Smith with a screen on Randall. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Julius Randle.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Nancy's checked in for Smith, and it's Prince in for Kyle Kuzma. Minnesota also with the sub. Daniels is checked in for Julius Randle. Now here's Reed. He has yet to score. A nice shot by McDaniels.
Well, smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Bucks. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first. Prince's shot is good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Pass to Reed. Alexander-Walker with the ball. Drops in the tray. Alexander-Walker's got 5.
Well, good recognition there from Reed to realize that his best decision was to move the ball.
Now, here's Trent. Nance with no one around. That 3 off the mark. Minnesota's gone 4 of 7 from three-point range so far in the first. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. Reed with a screen for DiVincenzo. On the 3 off target.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. DiVincenzo against Porter. Pass to Trent. And Nance kicks to Porter. Fires the three. That one doesn't drop. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for Minnesota. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Nas Reed out there with McDaniels. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Clark in at the 3 spot. Reed with a screen on Green. Shot by McDaniels, no good. The Bucks trail. Down low. It's so easy, Coach, to highlight the athleticism, but there's certainly a mental aspect to the game as well. I know you value that as a coach.
You can never, Kevin, overestimate how important intelligence is. I was in the NBA, or have been around the NBA for 30 years, and I have never seen one really good player who wasn't really smart.
The first free throw is good. The Bucks making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Good on both. Look at Minnesota. They took the win in their last game against the Nuggets in Ball Arena. Alexander Walker passes to Clark. A three-pointer, no good. Milwaukee in the lead. Right side, Porter. Pass to Trent. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Trent's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
DiVincenzo passes to Reed. Another miss by Minnesota.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Back to Trent. Shoots over Alexander Walker. A rebound by the Timberwolves. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
To the middle. Clark for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Clark's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Hey, Coach, what about Nas Reed after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't it?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
Porter, no luck. Minnesota's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. McDaniels finds DiVincenzo. Now, Alexander Walker. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Outside, Porter. Trent against Reed. For 3, Smith. It's Clark with the rebound.
and not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
All right, a chance to check out stats for DiVincenzo. Since the All-Star break, he's been putting in work. He's putting up 13 points a game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Yeah, you need someone who can organize that second unit and keep things moving along. A tremendous asset, highly valued by a coaching staff.
Nancy's checked in for Smith. Bucks have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Outside, Green from deep three-point land. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. And the Bucks lead by 3.
As he's gotten older, we've seen KPJ become a willing passer.
They set the pick. Crosses over. And the layup good by Dillingham.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Spins. Here's Porter. And he banks in the layup. Porter's got his first basket of the night.
Defenses try to test Porter's physicality, but he's adjusted well to it.
DiVincenzo passes to McDaniels. Inside. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut back down to just 1 with the basket from Reed.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Porter. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
You love Porter's effort level on offense. He works hard to find his shot.
Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Alexander Walker. Good on the 3-point shot. Alexander Walker's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. Outside Porter, and here's Green outside. Dillingham with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 2 for 5 from 3-point land since the end of the first. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Porter looking it over. Driving to the basket.
When he's going, KPJ is a deadly offensive player. Can beat you in so many ways, including off the bounce.
DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. Pass to McDaniels. Reed with it, covered by Nance. Reed against Nance. Reed misses. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. McDaniels against Green. Trent can't hit. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Here's McDaniels. The rebound by the Bucks. Prince with it. Defended now by Dillingham. Here's Alexander Walker. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Bucks have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Trent can't hit.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient.
And he hits the bucket. 6 points for Jaden McDaniel.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Outside Porter, and here's Green outside. DiVincenzo with the rebound. DiVincenzo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's McDaniels, fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Nance. Giannis comes in for Green. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Taurean Prince. And Rollins subbed in for Trent. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Alexander Walker. Edwards has come in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Mike Conley in for Dillingham. And that one misses. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Porter.
Number 12, Taurean Prince.
The Bucks have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer, but he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking to the paint, letting them know I'm there to back them up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report. Here's McDaniels. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Randall against Giannis. Just 4 to shoot. Randall. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds tonight.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
The Bucks haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Taking 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. Minnesota's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc, 6 of 15. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. Now we get a chance to check out the seeding out west. 4 games left on the schedule here. You look at the Timberwolves. Right now the 6th best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
Well, sometimes those teams that are on the edge can be the most dangerous. They play like they have something to prove.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Now here's Edwards. He had 34 points in the win against Denver.
Yeah, it just seems like every year Edwards gets more comfortable running the pick and roll.
Randall against Antetokounmpo to the left wing. To the inside. Here's Kuzma. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Great find. Leading his teammate right to the bucket.
Conley against Rollins. Gobert with a screen on Rollins. From the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Conley's got 5.
Well, look, Conley's known as a great passer, but he's also a fantastic three-point shooter.
Antetokounmpo passes to Rollins. To the paint. And Lopez throws it down.
Going to the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow. Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They want him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
Back to Giannis. Giannis with a strong finish inside.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Randle outside. It's Edwards on the wing. Pass to McDaniels. Randle kicks to Edwards. Over Prince. Edwards, no good. Milwaukee leading by 4. Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Well, this could be one of those nights where there's just nothing you can do to slow him down.
Edwards against Prince. Gobert with a screen on Prince. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Well, it might not be fair, but most nights we expect Edwards to put up big scoring numbers. That's what you ask of your stars.
Rollins against Conley. Here's Giannis. Inside. Antetokounmpo. Automatic.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Conley scanning the floor. Gobert dishes to Conley. Buries it down low. Conley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, he's picking it up here in the second quarter after a slow start.
Conley against Rollins. Pass to Kuzma. Here's Rollins. Over Conley. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with Doc Rivers. Doc, a back-and-forth affair so far. How do you pick it up in the second half?
Well, they were just a more physical team. I mean, they blew up all our actions. They got all the 50-50 balls. We got back in the game because we started doing it back at them, so that's important.
We'll see if we can keep that up. Thanks, Doc. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Milwaukee Bucks.
When you look at how they're getting their points, a good portion comes from inside. They're going right at the defense.
I like the aggressiveness. Don't lose steam in the second half.
And there's more NBA action in store for us tonight. Here are the games tipping off later. For the Magic, they'll be up against the Wizards in Washington. Tip-off is 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
This is going to be either a lopsided game or a terrific upset.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Timberwolves trail by 5. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Rollins is out there with Prince, and it's Kuzma in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. To the middle, he's looking for Lopez and finds him.
And even though Lopez has taken his game farther and farther from the basket, he can still punish you inside.
Edwards looking it over. Gobert the screen. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors. Starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
For Minnesota, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Gobert with a screen on Rollins. Down low. Lets it go. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Gobert.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game. Conley with it. 7 points in the game. Outside Edwards. Launches a 3. Look at Edwards slotting home the 3.
Yeah, I really like when Edwards shows this kind of patience, allowing the play to develop over time.
Rollins the pass to Giannis. Lopez a screen on Randall. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Let's take a look at the teams that have done a great job of converting turnovers into points since the All-Star break. The Timberwolves second.
And since the break, we've seen them ambush their opponents with that attacking brand of defense. And boy, have they reaped the rewards offensively.
Outside Conley. Pass to Edwards. For the lead. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Giannis against Randall. Prince wide open. No good, unable to end this run. Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player, skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout, looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Julius Randle. He's averaging 19 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Lopez, a screen on Conley. Pass to Kuzma. Lets it go with a 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Gobert with a screen on Prince. For 3, Edwards. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Bucks trail by 3. Here's Rollins. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. McDaniels against Lopez. Stolen by Michael Conley. No one near Randall as he lets it go. No good on the 3.
And the team has gotten it done here in spite of his performance. Still over from the field.
Giannis. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Antetokounmpo's got 21 in the game.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Timberwolves.
Outside Edwards. Randall against Giannis. Gobert with a screen on Giannis. The three. Randall with the bucket. Randall's got the lead up to 4 now for Minnesota.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. Kuzma outside. Lopez sets a screen for Kuzma. Plays it up and banks it in. Kuzma's got 15.
And this is what Kuzma can do. When he's got it going, you've got to keep getting him opportunities.
Outside Edwards. Conley against Rollins. Gobert the screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's Randall. Tips it. Randall on the follow. Randall's got 5 points in the quarter.
With or without the ball, Randall moves so well for a big.
Pass to Rollins. With the teardrop. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Second personal foul.
Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Rollins hits them both. Now Conley. He's got 7. Randall outside. Pass to Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Prince from about 19 feet. Out to Edwards. Second shot opportunity. Edwards holding off the D and converts.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Randall against Antetokounmpo. And again, the Bucks miss.
Well, when he's got space to operate inside like that, he is not going to hesitate.
And Edwards with the stuff.
Well, once Edwards saw his opening, it was game over. He delights in sticking it to you like this.
Conley against Rollins. And the layup falls. Rollins got 5 points so far.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Edwards passes to McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Fires from deep. Out to Conley. Takes a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 10.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And here is Lopez. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go. Back to Prince. Pass to Rollins. There's the lob. And Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Randall. Edwards passes to Conley. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Taurean Prince.
This is the right play by Conley, sticking with the motion and ensuring he gets to the line.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the three. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back to it.
And that one falls for Mike Conley. A different look for Milwaukee. Green, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Trent comes in for Taurean Prince. And Kevin Porter's subbed in for Rollins. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Edwards. And Conley drops them both. And it's Porter with the ball for Milwaukee. They trail by 9 points. Trent outside. To the middle. Here's Lopez. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. Conley, the pass to Randall. DiVincenzo against Trent. Pass to Alexander Walker. 5 on the clock. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Gary Trent Jr.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And his average at the line stands at about 79% right now, so solid numbers in that department.
First one falls for him. Clark, he's checked in for Mike Conley. He makes 1 of 2 that time. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
Timberwolves leading by 10. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. And why don't we take a chance now to see which teams have been the NBA's highest scoring squads this month. The Timberwolves second.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
Smith checked in for Milwaukee. Milwaukee has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside, Porter. Smith sets the pick for Porter. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Minnesota's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Bucks trail by 10. Outside, Porter. Kuzma outside. Smith with a screen on Gobert. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Timberwolves shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Pass to Clark. Wants to get it to Randall and does. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Randall's got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves.
He was scuffling with this shot in the first half, but since the break, he's been putting it all together.
Kuzma finds Porter. Porter double team. Smith outside. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Randall surveying the D. Gobert double teamed, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Kyle Kuzma. Averaging about 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Well, he's found his groove. He isn't forcing anything, and he's making the most of his chances.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Kuzma Kuzma against Randall. Kuzma outside. Smith with a screen on Randall. Here's Kuzma. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Kuzma's got 18 points.
Well, that's now his third triple of the game, first here in this second half.
Randall passes to DiVincenzo. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. Trent kicks to Porter. And there's a minute 45 left here in the third quarter. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, that's two straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Randall outside. Pass to Reed. Trent with the double team. Reed the pass to Clark. The layup missed. Bucks trail by 6. Porter dishes to Smith. Kuzma outside. From outside, off the mark. The Timberwolves shooting 47%, pretty solid. Fade away. Randall no good.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contributions.
Now here's Kuzma. He's got 18. Smith kicks to Green. Three-pointer. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Porter. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the third. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Trains it from beyond the arc. Kuzma's got 8 here in the quarter.
That is a great possession. Get Kuzma the ball, and Kyle will drill those catch-and-shoot chances.
To the inside. Here's Randall. And that time, also a missed shot. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. Right back after this break. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th. They've got Dante DiVincenzo. Miller is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Dillingham in at the point guard position. And the Timberwolves with possession here, following the bucket by the Bucks. To the left side wing. Reid against Nance. Reid kicks to DiVincenzo. For the 3. A rebound by the Bucks.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Trent. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Minnesota in the lead. 1 minute now into this 4th quarter. Dillingham with it. Pass to Reid. Rebound, Milwaukee. Trent's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Jackson passes to Nance. And Nance slams it in. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
The Timberwolves shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And here Here is DiVincenzo. Pass to Miller. Reed with a screen on Green. Miller, the pass to Reed. It's stolen by Nance. Fast break, Milwaukee. Trent with the wide open look. Oh, good with the triple.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Right to the rim. Aggressive approach when it matters most.
Well, when it's this close, you want to put your best scorers in a position to succeed. That's exactly what happened.
Nice to see Porter Jr. get aggressive, not settle for a J, and take it into the defense.
At the line for the Bucks, Kevin Porter Jr. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Porter.
And one of those guys who fell in the draft the year he came out due to injury. Porter healed up and has taken the league by storm.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Livingston's checked in. Minnesota also making some changes. Minod's checked in. And it's Joe Ingles in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And Porter drops them both. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. DiVincenzo against Trent. And Reed has it in the corner. Timberwolves passing it around. 5 to shoot. Here's Minot. Rebounded by the Bucks. Outside, Porter. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Shoots from the high post. Good. Nothing but net. And the Bucks lead by 3.
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the pass.
Pass to Ingles. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Porter finds Trent. Back to Porter. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. Porter's got 6 in the quarter. Timberwolves trail by 3. Now here's DiVincenzo. Ingles with a screen on Trent. Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Dillingham. Ingles with a screen on Porter. Here's Dillingham. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Milwaukee.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
And that one falls for Dillingham. And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Giannis. Garza pulls it in. Timberwolves trail. DiVincenzo with it. Pass to Dillingham. Takes it off the glass. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Green with a screen for Giannis. There it goes, Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Edwards. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. DiVincenzo against Trent. Here's Reed. No good on that one.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Against contact, Giannis Antetokounmpo forces it through.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
Here is Edwards. Reed with a screen on Jackson. Here the three-point line. It's Edwards. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 8 now on the night. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Shooting while in rhythm. Porter Jr. has an impressive understanding for when to let that thing fly.
Here's Dillingham. Guarded by Porter. Reed with a screen on Jackson. For 3, Edwards. Edwards with his own 3.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Here's Porter. A rebound by the Timberwolves. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. And that will be the third of this 6-game road trip. Now Edwards. Pass to Garza. Baseline try. Edwards, no good.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
That one falls.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Green. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Jackson. Prince is checked in for Gary Trent. And Rollins subbed in for Kevin Porter. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. Now, he asked the defense to lock it down inside. He said, let's get physical. I don't want them to think we're soft in there. No more easy shots in the paint. So that's what the defense is set to do. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now here is Conley. It's Edwards on the wing. Gobert trying to get open. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Edwards.
Well, I love when guys like Edwards work inside. Don't settle for jumpers. Get a solid look close to the rim.
Edwards against Prince. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Kuzma outside. Back to Giannis. There's Giannis with the slam.
It may be the most bankable play in this offense. Antetokounmpo on the roll with the finish.
Randall a screen on Prince. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hand.
Prince outside. Pass to Kuzma. Rollins against Conley. Rollins with the bucket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
For Minnesota, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Giannis' screen on Conley. Pass to Kuzma. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Kuzma's got 24 points.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket from long range.
Randle outside. Now McDaniels. And here's Edwards from the arc. Knocks down the three ball. Edwards got 38 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Milwaukee's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Rollins against Conley. Here's Kuzma. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Rollins against Conley. Outside Edwards. To take the lead. Edwards getting the close range too.
And the more experience Edwards gets, the better he'll become, especially when he's stepping up and hitting the big shots.
Lopez, a screen on Randle. Takes the 13-footer. Giannis, no good. Minnesota's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. McDaniels against Prince. McDaniels passes to Edwards. Good on the shot. Now it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
Kuzma outside. After Rollins. Prince outside. Just 5 on the clock. Lopez finds Prince. Here's Kuzma. Good. And a nice assist from Prince. Kuzma's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And easy to see why they turn to Kuzma in these moments. They trust him to go get it.
Oh, here's Edwards. No good from 11 feet. Prince against McDaniel. Prince misses. The Timberwolves shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense. Here's Edwards. Back to McDaniel. Misses the three.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma.
Oh, come on. You cannot let that happen in this situation.
Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's McDaniels. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And it's Kuzma with the ball for Milwaukee. There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Doubled by Conley. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Antetokounmpo passes to Rollins. Shot clock at 5. To take the lead. Can't knock in the 3. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Rudy, your impact on the game defensively, always something to watch. What's your approach at that end?
Just try to win games, and my teammates put a lot of trust in me, being aggressive on the balls and try to be aggressive at the rim. And, when we play as a team like we do tonight, it's tough to beat us.
You were in full Stifle Tower mode tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. And that'll do it, folks. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.